What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Matt of Piggin Matt here. So today was the sneak peek for Duelist Advance, and man, did I manage to get some neat stuff. I also got top 4 in the tournament, which unfortunately means nothing because unless you got first or second, you didn't get prizing. But wait, there was a random raffle that I still lost. But I got top 4, so I might as well show you guys the deck in question that I did it with. In fact, I did it with Kaiba Man's deck right here, Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh yeah, but unfortunately the deck did not feature these neat cards. But hopefully in the future I'll have a build that does use them. But why don't I show you guys the deck profile of the version of Blue Eyes White Dragon that I did use and managed to get top 4 at locals. So let's roll that intro and then I'll try to do the card by card. Alright, Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. Let's go. Start out, I played 2 copies of the OG himself, Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, it's too powerful. That's why you don't play 3 of them. Alright. Next up, I play 3 copies of Sag with Eyes of Blue. This little white boy is very good. Adds a light tuner, has a hand effect that you'll never use, and his effect is a soft once per turn. So if you get additional normal summons, you can keep adding. The best tuner that you usually want to get to is your 3 Maidens of Caucasian. This little white girl pretty much activates True Light and gets you going. And it can be from anywhere, which is really good. Also, if she gets targeted, she summons a Blue Eyes, or something that listed. Alright, so since the last version of this deck that I posted, I managed, at least, with this newest reprint set, to get something really good. The Primite cards. Thank God they reprinted basically the whole thing, minus the big dragon that nobody plays. So yeah, 3 copies of Ether Barrel here. Card's insanely good. Pretty much, if you play the deck, you really need these, and you should get them. Unfortunately, for this version of the deck, to anybody's dismay, I'm sorry to say, but I had to test it, and it in fact was really good, even though I'm not going to be playing it in future variations because I want to try more gimmicky pure cards. But for now, I did in fact play the Fiendsmith package. 3 Lacrima, 3 Engraver, and the singular copy of Lurie. This package is insane. Get you the ability to stop Nib within 5 summons. Provides a lot of additional plays, and in some cases can just give you a play to do when you can't do jack. So yeah, these cards are absolutely phenomenal, and I thought they were good today. Alright. For hand traps, there's 1 Magmut. Pretty self-explanatory. 3 copies of Ash Blossom in order to stop the opposing Fuwalos. 2 copies of Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, surprisingly solid. And then 3 copies of Drone Lockbird because it's probably the best hand trap in the game. And then 2 copies of Effect Veiler because it is searchable with your Blue Eyes package. Yeah, we live in a hand trap meta. Sorry, people. But there's a lot of them you gotta play right now. Now to the spells. First off, the best brick. The White Place. 1 Roar of the Caucasian Dragon. Not 1, not 2, but 3 wishes for you. As well as 1 Fiendsmith Tract because it's expensive. And then because you're playing Primite, I did 1 Drill Beam and 2 copies of Lordly Load. You could play 3 of this, or you could try 2 plus the fusion spell, or you could do 3 plus the fusion spell. You could play multiple drill beams if you wanted. Card's pretty damn good. But this ratio worked pretty well today, and everything did what it needed to do. There really wasn't a scenario where I felt, oh god, I desperately need these to be something else. Then the last spell in the whole deck is Called by the Grave because I refuse to not play it. Now on to the traps. Your Fiendsmith trap to give you more interruptions. One Blue Eyes trap to pop things. Another Blue Eyes trap to do things. All of these cards are fantastic. And the very last card in the deck, 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. That is about 46 cards, so yeah. Damn boy, she thick. Now onto the extra deck. Start out, 2 copies of the Tiny White Boy. This card is absolutely necessary, and you want to be playing more than one, but you don't need 3. Mostly because this extra deck is incredibly tight because of the Fiendsmith package. And because of the Fiendsmith package, you have to play this Link Spider to act as a bridge to get to your copy of Moon. You also play the 1 sequence, and then 1 copy of the Hieratic Seals because the card is still pretty good, and the last Link monster is 1 copy of SP Little Knight. She's power crept a lot of other cards. For Exceeds, the only thing you play is your DDD, 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 DDD. And for Fusions, you're playing the Necroequip to make your DDD, DDD, DDD. And then 1 copy of Desiree to act as an alternate depending on your hand situation, and as a send off the Fiendsmith trap to act as an interrupt. Alright, and to round it out, for your Synchros, you're playing 2 copies of your White Dragon, and then your 2 targets for it, the Omni Negate guy, and the I attack in defense mode and get extra damage in Lady. So that's the extra deck. I guess I'll show you the bad side deck I played today that should be better, which I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comment section. So start out, 3 copies of Lancia, 1 copy of the Old Ancient Fairy Dragon, 1 field spell to search with its ability, then I personally decided to side 2 copies of Thrust, along with a System Down, Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storms. One of these should probably be another Thrust target, and an Evenly Matched because this card is pretty good. Helped me win a game against Punk because I did it to their whole field. They kept the Psychic and Punisher guy, and all I had to do was wall until the time was done because I wasn't going to lose. They were just going to boost that guy to infinity. And then lastly, 3 copies of Solemn Judgment because it's the best card, even if it's terrible in time. So there you have it, folks. My top 4 Blue Eyes White the Dragon deck profile. Some final thoughts are, I plan to play the truly dumbest stuff once the newest set is completely legal and I kind of figure out some different ratios to things. But yeah, if you like what you like, tell me in the comment section down below any changes you would make, suggestions, recommendations, all that jazz. And yeah, this is Meh, Pig and Meh, signing out.